Got the black screen. I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to fix me something up that's better than folks just looking at a black screen. I don't know how to do it. Oh, need something for the camera to focus on. Besides me, of course. I think I'm gonna set up a an aquarium, something like that, um, so the folks can look at that while I am doing my blabbing. Blue. Now there you go, right there. You just became the reason why this was a good idea. I says to myself, I'm up, I'm awake, I've been up all night, and I am going to do a couple of sessions today. Stuff that needs to be done. I need to be available and answer some questions for people. A lot of questions and answers about what we're doing with the collaboration in the global gardening and homesteading community and our competition. So I says to myself, maybe since I'm awake, I need to just do a couple of these. I'll do one in the morning and I'll do one in the afternoon, and make myself available to answer questions for people that live around the globe. And maybe if this afternoon or evening is not a good time, maybe today, this morning will. So let me see what we got here. We got Miss Blue, the Aussie transplant over there in the UK. She's blooming right there where she is. We got a Beverly Moffat, and we got another Blue. Let's see here. Now, Beverly Moffat. Beverly Moffat. I'm thinking that you're the one that got my blanket, but I'm not 100% sure. Did you? Did you win the crocheted blanket from um, Rebecca Touched by Yarn? No, it wasn't you. You're not. You were not guilty of that, right? Who is that lady? There was somebody that finally got the blanket, and it wasn't me. It wasn't this lady. Oh, I tell you what, when something like a crocheted blanket or a quilt or something comes around, that is a priceless treasure to me. As love went into that, and making that. I'm gonna see if I can find y'all over here on my device of a secondary nature. There we go. Just and it's gonna. I'm gonna have a little. Well, let me turn down the volume first. That way I won't be such a noob. And I do apologize for this blank screen. It's like the abyss. When you stare into the abyss, it just stares right back at you. See? Yeah. I'm staring back at y'all in the darkness. Oh, let's see. I'm seeing some people coming in now. They're probably like me. They working on that cup of coffee. Now, I've already got a half a pot of coffee in me. And that is not necessarily a great thing because I've got to do some shopping later. And if you know anything about folks getting older and having large amounts of coffee and then going somewhere public, that ain't the great thing because you got to, where's the bathroom in this place? You keep going back. That's when you run in, get what you want, and then you get out. Oh, y'all, and I have got some coffee in me. Done got a half a pot. Let's see here. We've got Miss Dirt Road Destiny Farm is in here. Wonderful lady. Moon Sprout, another wonderful lady. We got Blue. Now, I'm probably going to do this without mods, and if I need to, I'll fling a jacket on one of y'all. If I need to. If I don't, I'll deal with it myself. I got two devices here. I ain't worried. I ain't scared. Miss Mama Owl. Always gardening and prepping. Let's see. Little House in the Big Woods. Just had lunch and I'm getting shaky now. I have not been to sleep, okay? So it's going to be one of these lack of sleep induced live streams. Um, what I'm doing this for is to answer any questions people may have, make myself available. Um, any questions folks have about the competition and the community, um, how to do what it is, or how to, whatever, questions and answers. And I'm really wishing I had some sleep, but uh, I really wish I had some sleep. But it's bed or breakfast time, and I'm choosing, well, not breakfast, but I'm choosing a live stream. No clue what I'm missing. You probably don't, girl. It ain't for the lack of me screaming it at the top of my lungs. As you'll notice, my voice is needing some lemon and honey right now instead of coffee, I'm sure. Oh man, we got 8 people here. Let's see. Purchase a scale to weigh my daily eggs and produce and harvest. And should I post on my videos? Don't have vids yet, but yeah. A lot of people start out with eggs. Yes, ma'am. Now, as far as hello, handicapped traveler, my brother and my sister, Miss Rebel Canner, she's the canning queen. Now, probably everybody in here knows everybody. If you don't, get to know one another. If I see a knucklehead in here, I'll probably, I probably won't shout them. Some I don't know, but we got the knuckleheads out there all the time. But I can tell you right now, you find all these people in here, and they good folks. Okay, let's see. Hopeless at the moment trying to catch up with everybody, but I ended up down a rabbit hole, and I don't come out for 3 weeks. Lord, a rabbit hole for 3 weeks. That's a deep rabbit hole. And y'all, again, I'm gonna say I ain't had no sleep, so I'm sketchy, and I'm starting to twitch a little bit. Oh, uh, and I have more things planned for today. I've got a big day. Andy's bucket gardener. Okay, brother, you over there in Wales, and later on tonight would be a bad time for you because you probably done well into your sleeping time. So that's why I'm coming on now, making myself available to answer any questions. Okay, I Destiny, I know, forgive me. You know I'm an old guy and I like to ramble. Rebel Canners, what are you doing? Rebel Canners, you have just put out a video when your captain is having a live stream. How dare you? I'm gonna get that Greta look on my face. I'm looking at you hard now. How dare you? Oh, get to know Rebel Canners. I'm gonna tell you what. She is the heart and soul of some food preservation in more ways than you can imagine is out there. Don't cross up with her in any kind of competition like that. All you're going to do is get a lesson. You ain't going to walk on with a ribbon. Lunchtime, okay. Destiny, Dirt Road Destiny Farm. Wonderful lady on a homestead. She's got her chickens and turkeys and quail and goats. And she's asked me a question there. Um, should she go out and purchase a scale? Okay, in my opinion, yes, you should. If you need to, if you don't have one already, you don't have to get no great big huge. Well, now there it goes again. Cosmic Cultivators has just released a video when their captain is having a live stream, stealing my thunder. How dare they? Go see them too. There's some good folks, powerful growers. Um, you need an accurate scale, okay? I don't and bathroom scales. A lot of times you can get some really good ones. Going to get a scale from Rural King. Thank you, Robert. Hey, Destiny, if you're like me, you always wanted an excuse to buy a scale. Here's your excuse. Now, honey, we got to have a scale. And boom, that's it. You got a scale. You know, it's required. I'll write you a note and say that it's required. Anybody that needs a note, I will write you a note that say it's required. I got one right now. I went and bought one for this, a long time ago, about, well, 4 years ago, back in spring of 2019. Okay, that's when I bought a scale, a little digital scale. It didn't cost too much money. You just need something that's accurate. Um, it don't have to be nothing expensive. Yes, it will. A scale, and it's helped me a lot. You'd be surprised how much having a good, accurate scale and to give you something in ounces. There's a lot you can do with it, and I was surprised. So yes, you need that. And I just watched Star Homestead India. Uh, our man out there in India, South India now. He's got some eggs. A lot of folks start off every year with egg weight, and it can be some devastating weight. John, Mr. Captain of Will It Grow, Team Will It Grow, he snuck in some chickens on me last year, and he is walking into the competition with probably 60 or 70 pounds of eggs. Okay, so uh, um, y'all bear with me now. Uh, yeah, you get to weighing them, girl. Just doing our best. Hello there, Shirley. Good to see you. So eggs is a great thing to start uh, weighing. Let's see here. I need a note. Tammy will tell me off otherwise. Uh, a lot of I'm not seeing any other questions in here. Let's see here. One thing that I want, look out, Mountain Georgia rock hunter. Hello there, my fellow rock hound. And I'm gonna tell you what, probably in here we got most of us probably love rock hounding. We get that when we was a kid, and it's something that never leaves most of us. We just forget to take time to go do stuff like that. It's what, yes, sir. If you've got greens, yes, it started, Andy. It started for you before it started for us. It's what you harvest from right now. And it's all about the harvest. If you've got a lot of stuff growing already, it ain't started when you plant a seed. Okay, if you've got stuff that's been mature and ready to harvest, you go ahead and you can do it and weigh it up. It does not have to be started from seed right now. That's not the deal. I watched Wild Edibles just a minute ago up in Canada, showing us some oyster mushrooms, but I didn't see no snow in the ground. And that lady is known to hoard snow. Okay, she keeps it. She don't like it to leave. So I think that was some older footage that she's showing. It is so pretty. Do goat's milk count as weight? Yes, ma'am, they do. You don't get a measurement by the gallon. You get to weigh the milk itself, the liquid weight, and it counts. And now, of course, if you've got a jar, that's going to add some weight. So if you get a good scale, just measure the jar, how much it weighs. I mean, you know, I don't even think we even broke that out, but I don't think we asked anybody to break that out. Just, you know, um, you can though if you want to, but we haven't. We don't want to get all that picky. about things, because it evens out. If everybody's weighing a jar, it's everybody's weighing a jar, and it'll be fine. So, just put it up there and weigh it. That's fine. But yes, all kinds of milk counts. But now here's the thing: A to Z Highland Homestead. Been a long time since I've seen you, brother. Been a long time since I've been on your schedule, though. I hope things are going good for you. Okay. Hey, Star. Um, okay. With your milk, okay, and this is an all over thing. All right. People get this wrong all the time, and they think something else. If you've got milk, weigh the milk, okay? Weigh it one time. Don't weigh the milk and then weigh the cheese and the butter and any other products you make from that same milk. You weigh the first product whole and complete. You do it that way. If you gonna weigh a bunch of potatoes, you weigh the potatoes. Don't come in and can the potatoes and say, well, I got, you know, 200 pounds of potatoes, but then I canned potatoes and I've got, you know, 600 pounds of canned potatoes because you're weighing water. All right. Weigh your first product. Templin Acres, good morning to you. Our Georgia Suburban Homestead, good morning. Thank you. Thank you for coming in. No fair going live when I have to go to work. I hear you, darling. Oh, but I'm going to go live again, depending on how I feel, because right now like I said, I'm on no sleep. Woke up yesterday and I ain't been to bed since, and so I may be, I don't know if I'll be fit for another live. I ain't sure that I'm fit for a live stream now. I really don't feel like it. I don't think that I am. Hang on, let me mute this here for a second. Okay. I have got the sinuses hitting me about the head and neck like you would not believe. And that just doing our best. I love you too, even if you're not on my team. Um, that's the thing. It's very important to me. Is like when we bring people in the community, and get to know one another. We care about everybody, but when you're in here, okay, you got to go to work soon, brother. I understand, Andy. If you've got any questions, of course, y'all can send me an email, and we want to hear that. If you've got questions that's not covered in any of the videos or whatever, you know, uh, not turmeric hot milk, no sir. Um, that doesn't count. You can weigh your turmeric and you can weigh your milk, but don't make turmeric hot milk and then weigh that. Just weigh the original products. Uh, let's see. Andy's got to go to work. Our Georgia Suburban Homestead is going to get her some goodies from Home Depot. Now, I've got a trip later on I've got to go to town for a special place, and I might do a live stream from that trip. I might. I've seen other people going in there. I might do a live stream there. May take you on the road with me and let y'all keep me awake. Lord, I'm gonna be out in traffic, y'all. Uh, I'm excited too. It's so cool. The one thing that happens a lot is people finally get a chance, or a chance, and they didn't even know that they wanted a chance to know how much they grow And a lot of times they're really surprised and proud by what they actually grow. Peter Dell, it is such an honor to have you in here with me, sir. Thank you so much for dropping in. Good day to you. Peter Dell is from Australia, and he makes some really top-notch National Geographic type videos of wildlife and nature. Um, he's good dude there in a lot of communities. Um, but we love what we're doing for everybody. Um, we're very proud of our community. This is our fifth year we're going into, and we'll do whatever we can to help folks. Um, you know, my foraging was way, yeah, yeah. People learn a lot. Going by what other people have said in the past, they learn an awful lot, and they look at it in a different way when it's a competition. Um, Goodwill and mutual respect and appreciation, love, all of that kind of stuff. That's the most important thing. And the possibility of, teaching someone they've never seen because they saw it from another person or in another part of the world, you know, there's a potential for us to reach so many different people by doing what we do. Taking over from Shed Wars. Blue's self-reliance, yes ma'am. And I know Blue is not her name, but I'm an old guy and I forget her name, so I'm sorry. So I call her Blue. Blue is her cat, I think, or her dog. I forget. I don't know. But it ain't Blue. Um, but Moonsprout, that is her name. Okay, Moonsprout's parents had a sense of humor. Um, that's her legal name. It's not. It's not. I've got sketchy humor. Oh, but yeah, I'm starting to think that this going live stream was a bad idea today. What did you retract? Lookout Mountain, Georgia, Rock Hunter. With a name like that, I want to know you. I want to come out and meet you sometime. And we'll go out there. Iris. Uh, Moonsprout's name is Iris. She has a real name. I'm so proud to know you, Iris. Let's see, what time is it? Here it's 8:15 a.m. Central Standard Time. We have Blue, of course you know Blue, you know where she is, and we had Andy's Bucket Garden, and we've got Star Homestead India. So he's just a little bit to the north and the east of you, hanging out. Let's see, north and east. No, he's north and west of you by a long ways, I think. I don't know. My geography's rough this morning. Oh, Australia. I tell you, it's every American's dream just about to go to Australia. Uh, Travel anywhere. Wherever we are, we want to go somewhere else and see the rest of the world. And that's been a blessing to me and other people with with what we do. We get to make friends with people all across the planet and be on the same team. That's that's amazing stuff. All right, got to have some coffee there. That's a little bit better. Much needed rain in Texas. That's wonderful. Let's see here. Your name is Butch. Nice to meet you, Butch. Glad to talk to you, brother. I am a massive rock hound, but I'm also deep in adulting for decades and haven't done enough rock hounding, which is also an adulting thing that people can do. Oh, let's see. I had something. Oh, yes, about the email and everything and the ideas. We are about to announce something soon, um, that we took the idea from one of our channels, and we're going to give them a shout for having this idea, and going to say, hey, we're going to copy that, and add that to what we do in our competition. It's going to be awesome because John and I, we can get by, right? Got a Yankee and a old hillbilly, and we get by, but we're not the smartest people in the world, and we want to hear other people's ideas. We can't use everybody's ideas, but we want to hear them because you may have a winning idea. These folks had a fantastic idea, and we're going to incorporate that into what we do, uh, and they're going to get full credit, and they're not even aware of it. They are not even aware that they have done something that will change what we do in a really cool way. But they will. Did you know that Australia's diameter is 600 kilometers wider than the moon's? The moon sets in diameter. Dude, Australia is a great big old place, man. It is a huge place. Sent somebody your way this morning. Well, I hope so. No, it's not too late. You see, on Team Wilson, people can continue to join. Every year we have people, so many people that find us, they find out what we're doing, and they want to join only to be told, sorry, you can't join. You got to wait a year. And we got tired of that, and so we came up with the third team. And if we get too big for having one extra team, we'll make a second one, and we'll get people to come on in. And you'll be surprised, for everything that we do to solve one problem, it makes somebody else mad. And so we can only do what we can do. And having Wilson's team, there's a lot of people say, well, I got my thing in there, my email on time, and they feel some kind of way that they beat the deadline, and everybody else should too. And we understand that. But what it does is it lets you be on either John's team or my team and not a misfit. But, you know, folks don't see the whole picture. They see their side of the picture. Yeah, let's see, it's a big country and we might be ass end of the world, but we have many good things. Uh, Wait a minute. Did I just do that? Either a ghost mod of mine did that or I did that. I guess it picked up on my finger and did it. But yeah, we've got to do. We try to uh, design this and do what we do for the most people that we can. Like, hey Tony, uh, the most people that we can is what we design our competition for. Um, and then see, uh, for the first year, it was only gardening. And we had so many people that had chickens and did this and did that were not gardening related, but it was food related. That people want to weigh in and want to share about and want to teach about. So so we allowed that the next year. But there were some people that were gardening purists, okay? And they only wanted it to be about gardening, strictly gardening. And I get that. People got their things, but what we're talking about is self-reliance, okay? And bringing in food in any way that you can, and learning how to do that and teaching it. Let's see. I can't wait till good weather comes around. I heard that. I'm setting at 31. It's probably still. What am I? I don't even. What is it showing me? It's 32. I am at freezing right now. I got the water running. Do we weigh our hens and ducks then? Okay, animals. Animals of all kinds, right? This is the rules for animals, whether it's a cow, a chicken, or a catfish, right? You weigh out the dressed um, animal. Uh, if it's a fish, it's whatever you are going to cook, right? If you're going, and Wild Edibles just came in, my amazing, wonderful friend from the north up there in the frozen north of Canada. Yeah, uh, I'm fixing to get derailed here. Um, Fish, if you're going to catch a fish and you're going to, you're going to gut it and take the head off and you're going to fry it whole, then weigh that dressed out part of the fish, okay? Don't weigh the head unless you're going to eat the head, and, the guts unless you're going to eat the guts. Basically, the rule is if you're going to eat it, then weigh it that way. Your chickens, your turkeys, anything like that, it's dressed out weight. You, slaughter your chickens or whatever, clean them, gut them, and then weigh them. That's just like you would buy at the store. Okay, Georgia Rock Hunter, uh, thanks for dropping in. Do you have content? Look out, Mountain Georgia Rock Hunter. Do you make videos? If you do, I'm probably going to come see you, because that's a big part of the stuff I love to watch. Uh, I love watching that kind of stuff. I love doing it even more. Just don't do it enough. Uh, yeah, dressed out. If you've got a cow, don't dress out the. I mean, don't weigh the cow until you got it butchered. Whatever you're going to butcher and wrap up and put in the freezer, that's what you weigh, just like it was a grocery store. Answer your email here in a little while, Georgia Rock Hunter. Okay. Robert, you better stay on the lookout now for my arrowhead video. Oh, girl, that is awesome. I love finding arrowheads. Found many of them. Back when I was a boy, we had lots of gardens, and we had one great big potato patch in a field, and we'd go through there, and we'd be pulling up potatoes, and about every 10 potatoes you pull up, you'd find a point. You'd find spear points, you'd find bird points. A lot of spear points came out of that field. And I love me some arrowhead hunting. I will be looking out for it. I might not see it right when it first comes out, but I will be looking for it. Biggest year yet. Being able to sell food gave. I hear you. Wild Edibles, answer me that question now. You got a, or maybe I shouldn't ask you. It might be one of the things you don't want to talk about. But your video today when you're showing us the mushrooms, that's not right now, is it? You're covered up in snow right now, right? Food Forest will prove its own neglected this year. Little house in the big woods. I think I said hey to you, but it's okay if I say hello to you again. Let's see here. I don't want to miss nobody's questions or comments. Let's see. Fart Sack Jack. I see you around. I don't know that much about you, but hello to you, sir. Late summer oysters. That's what I thought, 'cause my girl up there, Wild Edible, she's under some snow. Oh, she got a lot of snow up there right now. Bless all them Canadians' heart. Yeah, they got all that snow. Oh, it's supposed to be a pretty day today. Right now, it's starting off to be pretty cool. It's below freezing or right at freezing right now, but it's going to go up to almost 60 this afternoon, and we will be at almost 80 in the next few days with lots of rain. Yes, sir, Peter Dell, it has. Um, and I don't know, I guess it's the same for y'all in the southern hemisphere. I know you don't have the same currents, air currents and water currents. Um, y'all are a little bit out of all the turbulence of what we have up here, but it's still the same way. Y'all still getting some of the effects, with the pole shift and all that kind of stuff, and the streams and everything. But the weather's crazy up here in the northern hemisphere. I do know that. That jet stream, all my life, the jet stream was something that you counted on for decades and decades, or maybe centuries. It did the same thing. You could see the pattern in it. The waves were pretty much stable and they didn't wander too much. But now we're sitting here with this huge bunch of Canadian air. I got close to the microphone to say that. Them Canadians is letting us have all their weather. We don't want it. They won't keep it in the fence. And folks, I'm here to tell you, it didn't used to do that. Okay? Not like it does now. With great big old huge troughs of air and the jet stream, the waves of it being so big and exaggerated. That didn't used to happen, but it's happening now. We're going through a time of change, and it'll probably go back to being. Who is that? Lady Wisteria? Lady Wisteria? Well, you got a premiere coming on and interrupted my live stream. How dare you? That's a neat lady out there. She's in the UK. I love to hear her talk. She's got a thick accent. I can barely keep up with her accent. It's strong, but I love to hear it. I can sit there and listen to her for hours. Um, that's right. That's right. Yeah, all the global warming stuff. But yeah, I'm sorry, Star. It happens. You have to. You have to. We have to deal with it. You know. Wait a minute. I can probably. Let me just change my. If I'm fixing to end my live stream here, I know it. I'm gonna press the wrong thing. Okay. Oh no! I I did it, didn't I? Damn it! Oh, am I still here? Are y'all still here? Can y'all still hear me? I told you. See, I messed around and did it, didn't I? But y'all didn't hear that notification that just come in right then. So that's better for y'all's ears. I can't understand how my voice is any better for it, but you know, especially the guys. Oh, Lord, y'all. I got to go mute for a second. Some things y'all don't need to hear. Okay, I'm back. Hey, Peter Dell, I'm proud that you came in here. It is good to see you, brother. Get you some sleep. I completely understand. I should have gotten some sleep instead of staying up all night, but somebody needed a hand to hold and to listen and be able to talk. And so I hung out and and you know, we do that. That's what we do, right? We help each other out. So I was helping somebody out. And then it got to be bed at breakfast time, and I just couldn't see myself going to bed at that time. Not when Hardee's is fixed them, is done made biscuits, right? Let's see, just doing our best. I get 15 to 18 eggs per day, but donate lots of it to the soup kitchen, post office, and local bank. Does that still count or only if we're going to eat it? Okay. That gets into the shared food category. In the past, what we've done is I'm going to have to get with John on that because I'm going to say it wrong because I forgot. we, we, we talked about it because anything that you're bringing in for you to eat, okay, in your own house. You're going to eat it. You're going to save it for later. That's what we count. But in years past, we had a separate thing for shared food. And so if you're going to share it, we had this separate thing. And we talked about just doing away with it and having it to where, if you share it, that's fine. That's even better. And I think that's the way we left it. I will talk to John and see. So as it stands right now, my memory is telling me that you can weigh your shared food, but not stuff that you sell. You see, the spirit of what we're trying to do is, it's like Danny at Cajun Hydroponics. He's a monster gardener down there in Louisiana, and he's got a commercial operation. He sells his tomatoes and stuff like that. So it's not for his use. It's not something that he's sharing. He's selling that. But what we discussed was it's even better if you're sharing your food with somebody because that means you've got abundance, you're doing good, and you're helping someone. Okay, hold on. Yes, count it as shared. Okay, clear that up for me. Okay, are we going to have a separate category for shared food like we have in the past, or are we going to include it? Which way did we decide to do that? Count as shared. What are we doing? What are we doing? Do they have to break it out? Are we keeping that as the separate challenge for shared food? Whoever shared the most weight. So that's what we've done in the past, but we have to think about that. Now, I plan on doing another one of these this afternoon for people that it's a better time. Okay, yeah, we're going to keep it separate. Okay. Okay, so you're going to have two separate categories of food: what you grow and you bring in for yourself, for your own home, your own use. And then if you share food with people, keep a track of that. Weigh that separately. And we're going to have a separate challenge for that. So there'll be, overall winners for all the weights and everything. But every year, what we've done is have a challenge to who shared the most food. That's okay. Just doing our best. That's okay. You know, uh, I'm a little late on doing this. I wanted to do it last week, and I should have. So it's my fault. Ain't nothing you've done. I know you got a right. Be mad at me. Lord knows I gotta. You know, I got a bunch of people's mad at me, so it'll be okay. Uh, you know, it's okay that it's 3 days ago because hopefully you're gonna be one of our veterans next year. We got a long time for me to do stuff for me to do stuff that you're gonna be mad at. Trust me. I appreciate that, darling. I really do. Now we've got Garden State Gardener in the house. He is the king of seeds and fun. We got 300 survival. How you doing, brother? He is out there getting ready for the future, the unknown of the future, and trying to encourage everybody else to do the same. That's what we do. Let's see here. How can anyone be mad at you? Oh, Blue. I've been wondering that myself. I started when I was a kid. Mom, how can you be mad at me? Look at me. I'm so cute. But indeed, people find a reason. Let's see. Star Homestead India. What you grow for yourself. And yeah, you weigh what you grow and bring in for yourself. And then you weigh what you share. And it's two separate things there. Let's see here. Garden State Gardener. The man. I think he's Portuguese because I ain't ever seen anybody that wasn't Portuguese that worked as hard as Garden State Gardener. You know, he got some of that in him. That's a working man right there. I think he's Polish. They got some powerful work ethic. You know, anybody with ties to the old Europe, you know, close ties, they got some work ethic on them. And I think if he could, Joe at Garden State Gardener figure out a way to work while he's asleep. A sheet presser or something like that. I don't know. Okay, darling. Wild Edibles, it's good to see you. It's just a pop-up live stream to give folks a chance to ask questions. Uh, I'm trying to think of answers to questions that have come up. Now we've got the fishing rodeo that started, even though there's been no official video. And in that case, when you weigh your fish for the rodeo and for any awards for that, you weigh the whole fish, right? You catch the fish and you weigh it, and that counts. Don't have to dress it out. It's only when you take that fish and you're going to keep that fish for food for your family that you're going to weigh it for the Shed Wars competition. For the fishing rodeo competition, it's the live weight of the fish. Let's see. There's lots of questions. Let's see. Most people are not prepared for my opinion. I just got swirlage there. Why am I getting swirlage? I probably put my phone in a bad spot. Let's see. Somebody told me that somebody was coming my way. I hadn't seen an email yet. No email. Let's see. Let's see. Any questions, please answer them or ask them. I will do my best to answer them. I think it's a wonderful thing. The shared food, that's great stuff. Because that's what we want to do. And y'all, I've got so many videos. The stuff that we're doing this year, we're doing some really incredible, fun things uh, for y'all. For me, I've got to make videos that don't count for nothing long term. The fishing rodeo, she says. That's right, fishing rodeo. Uh, we we this will be our third year, and it's always one of them things. It's like we got to get the word out, and we never can seem to get everybody on the same page with all this stuff. So um, we really ask everybody to keep up with what John and I are putting out, so that you know things. Um, yeah, we got a fishing rodeo, and it's multi-species. If you're out there fishing for stuff, you know, and really every species counts in some way. Game fish, food fish, crabs, lobsters, turtles, salmon, tuna, uh, uh, mullet, smelt, ice fishing, tropical fishing, it's just like Forrest Gump over here. Shrimp, any kind of food species at all, okay? If you're going to eat an amphibian, yeah. Frog legs, alligator, turtle, whatever you're going to eat that comes from the water, any water, salt or fresh, that counts in uh, the Shed Wars fishing rodeo. And we even gonna count game fish, as a species. Okay, maybe you're going out. Um, Rebel Canners is going salmon fishing. If as a species, she may be the only one that catches a sockeye salmon or a pink salmon or a steelhead salmon or whatever kind of salmon it is. If it's a game fish, if you're out there and you catch the largest largemouth bass or blue catfish or bluegill, then that counts, okay? The coho salmon, if you're the only one that catches any coho salmon, then you will win at least the recognition of catching the biggest coho salmon. We normally run the fishing rodeo all the way till about a week or 2 weeks before we shut down the season of Shed Wars, so that we can wrap that up uh, first and independently, of the main competition. You got snakehead, bluegills, and carps. Well, brother, besides catching them for food and the food weight, you've got three categories. You got snakehead, bluegill, and carp. That's three different species that you can get recognition for if you catch the biggest one. Yeah, we got snakehead over here too, unfortunately. But we want everybody to have fun. We provide, a place for everybody to have fun. It's up to y'all. It's like, hey, let's go fishing. And guess what? It ain't just bass. It ain't just this. It's everything. Go frog gigging. You know, whatever you're going to eat, or whatever the game fish is. We want to see you. If you're going to catch a largemouth bass and a, hang on, I got to fix my throat. Lord, y'all, I got to get me some Claritin in me and some coffee. Uh, if we just want to have fun, and what I want y'all to understand is in a fishing rodeo, any kind of fishing counts, but you get extra points for respect, okay? Extra respect points if you catch your fish with a bobber, okay? If you got the little float, little bobber, you get extra credit, extra respect points for catching your fish with a bobber. F&B Farms. Hello there, my neighbor. I do four things. Let's see, what is the cutoff date for this collab? Okay, you talking about for Shed Wars. The, it's hard for me. I've been saying it for 4 years. Polish and Irish, that's right. And I swear, Joe, you got the strongest strain of work ethic from both groups. Okay, the cutoff date, the global collab. Okay, that is. Oh, hell, I forgot when it is, but it's we end it on October 23rd, I believe. It's in the. I put that in the Vulcan. The Vulcan thing, and I don't have my. Well, let's see. I do have my notes. They're right here for a change, but it's October 23rd. It's 1 month after the fall equinox in the northern hemisphere. It's when we end it. That gives people as much time as we can. Uh, Gives them as much time as we can give them to harvest late season stuff like corn and squash, pumpkins, or whatever. And when I say pumpkins, that's a dirty word almost. Don't grow a bunch of great big old pumpkins that you're not going to eat, and think that that's going to count. That don't count. If you're not going to eat it, don't be growing it and claiming it. We've had people in the past that said, well, we're just going to grow a bunch of these 300, 200, and 400 pound pumpkins and we're going to win. Well, they got recognition for that. And then it was later found out that they were going to feed that to their cows. Okay? So they were feeding it to their cows and their pigs. So that's fodder, and it doesn't count. That's food for your animals. So, food for your animals, the way you weigh that is you weigh your animal, not the pumpkins. Okay, and I do have an email. And it's not, it's not that. It's not anybody saying, hey, I'll probably get one later. Yeah, grow whatever you're going to eat. It's all about what you're going to eat. Your animal fodder does not count. And somebody grows up 1,000 pounds of, anything. I want to see them put it away and eat it. The pumpkins is an amazing group of squash that is in. Pumpkins kept the Native Americans alive through more than just one period of thousands of years. Pumpkins have fed so many human beings on this planet, it ain't funny. I'll tell you what, Blue, you're talking to one that don't eat pumpkins. I don't eat pumpkins. I don't eat them. Uh, I don't like pumpkins. I don't know. Maybe I try it. Maybe I made a pumpkin pie. That's a little different because that's like a pie. But I don't like the taste of pumpkin. If I was hungry, I'd eat me some pumpkins. And you eat my pumpkin for me, Blue. You do that. My grandmother, one of my grandmothers, both of them came up as little girls during the Depression. And so they lived through part of it, especially the aftermath. But with my people, we were so poor, there wasn't no such thing as depression. We just called that Tuesday. Nothing really changed. Um, but it was it was hard living back then, and my people survived out of the garden, out of the barnyard, out of what poor dirt farmers can grow. And it was not a game back then. It wasn't no hobby farm. It was survive. And the depression, it did hit my people. Um, but my grandmother would tell me, well, I ain't even going to, I'm going to back up, and just say that no, my people weren't affected still. But my grandmother would tell me stories about how they used to eat pumpkin. And they ate pumpkin for breakfast. Where to begin? Okay, darling, that's fine. Janice, it's great to see you. An amazing veteran right there that slipped through my hands. I love me some Janice and Where to Begin Homestead. Her and her husband out there doing it right now. That's a monster right there. Where to Begin Homestead. She is a beast of a gardener and a homesteader. She ain't playing. And she's getting a commercial operation up off the ground out there to sell stuff, sell plants and stuff. And maybe one day we can help her get the word out. Baroque Cowgirl Homestead. Good morning. If I hadn't said good morning to you already. Wilderstead. Great to see you. Some more folks from the Great White North that can't wait for it to start warming up. I don't know. They might be weird. They might love the cold. But I think they're probably looking forward to the warming up. And I found your fishing channel. John was telling me you had that fishing channel. I went and checked that out. Well, that's pretty cool. It's great stuff, Wilderstead there. One more Canadian here. So we got Canada, we got India, we got the UK. Everybody's sitting in the house. And we had Australia earlier. Tell you what, it's a neat thing we do, and it's always amazed me. Ever since day one, we would have a global community of people with the same things in common. But anyhow, my grandmother, she would tell me, she said we had, what is it? They that they would eat pumpkins for breakfast, lunch, and supper. And they did that for a long time. Said sometimes, Paul would come home with a squirrel or a rabbit every once in a while, and they had some stuff that they canned. But there was one or two winters where, as she called it, pumpkin or nothing. Because I said, well, why'd y'all eat so much pumpkin? Did you get tired of it? And she said, yeah, but it was pumpkin or nothing. And that is the reality of why so many of us are here. And that's because in the past it was pumpkin or nothing, but they had pumpkins. Pumpkins store just about all winter long and give you food. So pumpkins is an amazing food source. Winter and snow wouldn't have so much maple syrup. Maple syrup. I love all. Here goes my voice again. Hang on, man. Oh, that coffee. My coffee's done gone cold. It needs to be hot. I need to switch over to some tea, but some hot tea with some lemon. I can't wait to see folks up north and y'all making maple syrup and maple sugar and all that wonderful cool stuff. We have we have maple trees down here. We have sugar maples, and all that, and uh, we've done that too, but not so much. Up there, y'all have a real industry of it. My grandparents, uh, they would always, they traveled up north to visit family, have family in Baltimore, right? Back in the day. I think most of those folks are dead now. But they would bring back maple syrup and maple sugar, maple candy, a lot of maple candy. And I used to love that stuff. So getting to see it being made by people that are in my community, and to me, it's just I'm an old guy. I'm an old hillbilly, right? And to me, this is just the most incredible stuff. Billy, Wickershire Project. I don't think I said hello to you, brother, but hello, Billy. Good to see you. That man out there is off grid, and for real off grid, he is doing it out there with him and his family, him and his hobbit feet, right? Running around near the house for mushrooms and pawpaw tree. Brother, I hope you get some pawpaws. Uh, Wilderstead, that's pretty cool. I've known that birch, but I wouldn't even think about sycamore or walnut. You know, I wasn't even thinking about that. Would never have thought about sycamore. Can you use a fishing farter boat? A fishing charter boat for the contest. I live near the Jersey Shore, and they have charter boats. I am proud to tell you, sir, that yes, sir, you may. Um, you can certainly go out and charter a boat, and whatever fish you catch, you're having to pay for it and everything, but that's fine. Now, I mentioned that, and you're having to pay for it. Okay, that brings up another big question. Always comes up. I will pay searching for pawpaw seeds. Okay. Let me see. Let's stay on Joe's track here. Okay. Fishing. Okay. You pick operations. Okay. People have asked, and we've got a blueberry farm down the road, and we go over there, strawberry farm, we go pick them and pay for them and everything. Is that okay? Because we're picking it ourselves. No, it's not okay. Okay. Nothing that you get from a you pick operation um, is legal for what we do. Because that's pretty much like going to the store and just buying your groceries. You got to do a little work for it, okay? But it's sitting there, you just pick it and put it away, right? So we don't count that. If your neighbor has a bunch of blackberry bushes or strawberries that they don't pick no more, whatever, and you go pick them, then that's fine, right? You're not paying them. It comes into like gleaning fields and stuff like that. Uh, so you pick operations are no good. And fishing, okay? There's fishing, there's fishing pay fish ponds you can go to. You pay them a certain amount a pound, and you catch all the catfish you want, or all the trout, or all the whatever, and you pay by the pound. That doesn't count because it's like fish in a barrel. Even though there's some skill in it, it's paying for your food. Okay? So nothing that you buy counts. On the ocean or when you buy a fishing license. Well, you're buying a fishing license. That's right. When you buy a fishing license, you go count, you're spending some money on the license or charter boat or whatever. But then skill comes in, you know, and it's a different animal. You're not guaranteed anything, you know. Let's see here. Okay, the pawpaw seeds. All right. Uh, I love pawpaws. They are so good. Um, Kentucky State University has a pawpaw program. They are actually the number one place for all the pawpaw tree knowledge in the universe, okay? Uh, if there's pawpaws on Mars, I don't know about it. So, right there in Kentucky, Kentucky State University, and their pawpaw program is awesome. They used to give away pawpaw seeds. All you had to do was hit them up, I think with an email or something, and they would send you out a package of free seeds, lots of pawpaw seeds. I did that one year, and I grew 60 pawpaw trees, at least 60 of them. Gave away a bunch, and then I killed the rest. I did. I got them up. They were, I think the last one that gave up the ghost was about 4 years old. Uh, but I grew 60 of them, and I had 60 of them for about a year or two, you know, and then things happened that were not good. But you can still, or at last I saw, you can still write them, and for just a little money, okay, like $10 or whatever like that, they will send you a bunch of pawpaw seeds, okay, and that's from the place for pawpaws. I've gotten free seeds from them, looking for more diversity in my food forest. I hear you. Cuckoo Cottage. Okay, there's a man right there. I may have missed more awesome people that have slipped in on me. Let me just go back through here. Okay. Now, let me give a shout out to Cuckoo Cottage. Man is over there in Ireland. And that man knows how to grow some food in a very natural and organic way. He's a heck of a guy. Uh, the man will show you earthworms, and that's right, Asamina triloba, one of my favorite two-letter Latin words. Asamina triloba. Passiflora, what is it? Passiflora incarnata is my other one. Hang on a second, got one of them moments here. I gotta go mute for. Okay, I'm back. Okay, let me give you some good advice. Don't don't do a live stream if you've been up all night and hadn't had no sleep, and you have also drank a lot of coffee. And don't go shopping, don't go driving, which is all the things I'm going to do today. And I'm going to make another, and I've got another video to make today. I may have two more live streams and a video to make today, or two. I don't know. But today is a beautiful day, and it's probably going to be my only beautiful day for the next week. It's going to be almost 80 degrees and more rain than we're going to know what to do with. And so today's the day. Instead of going to bed, I said I better stay up if I'm going to get this stuff done for sure. Oh me, now let me see what I missed during that commercial interruption. This live stream is not sponsored by Great Value 100% Colombian instant coffee, but I wish it was. Lord knows I'm using enough of their product. Yeah, Star Homestead India sitting over there throwing out one of my favorite words, Asamina triloba, which is the North American pawpaw, and I know where a bunch are. And then I know where a stand of pawpaw trees in India, and no joke, there's one of those trees that could be the Tennessee champion tree for pawpaw trees. It is over 60 feet tall. I know it is. I've got to find a way to measure that puppy. Um, and it's an amazing tree. Pawpaw trees don't normally get that tall. It's on the side of a hill, a very steep hill, right? And all of those trees are shooting up looking for the sky. The trees around it are huge oaks, very tall, so it blocks out all the light. Pawpaw trees can grow fast, and they're looking for sunlight, right? Pawpaws are one of my favorite things to talk about. I love those trees. Yeah, passion flowers, Passiflora incarnata. I just love that, Passiflora incarnata. It sounds like a foreign, well, it is a foreign language since it's Latin, but it's foreign to me. But to me, it sounds sexy. Passiflora incarnata. Let me see what the other one is. Let's see if that sounds sexy to me. Let's see. What's it? Asamina triloba. Yeah, I like those. There's some good words, y'all. That gets me turned on now. I like it. I love passion flowers. Let's see here. It's just hillbilly rambling time now. Please, how do I get you to do pawpaw instead of peach seeds and mail them to me? Well, um, I can't. I don't have any right now. I did have a bunch of pawpaw trees. I had dwarf species. I had a mixed grab bag of cultivars. Of course, those wouldn't grow true to type anyhow. The wild ones I had would. Um, yeah, pawpaws are an amazing fruit. Uh, that's right. Oh, and they they're older than mammoths, I believe. I believe that pawpaws are back during dinosaur times. Okay, pawpaws are pollinated by carrion flies. Okay, carrion flies. Their flower has a smell like rotted flesh. Okay, they predate regular pollinators for flowers. Like what we're used to, the vegetarian kind. They're out there trying to attract something to pollinate them that smells like rotted meat. Okay. Yep. Pawpaws really spread by mammoths and American Indians. Yep. The Indians, Native Americans, whatever you call them, which I have Cherokee in me. Um, I always say Indians, but they had massive groves of pawpaw trees. Bingo, there you go. Got a lot of fans of pawpaws. Miss Teresa there, Mama Al. They're rare now because of destruction of land and deforestation. That's right. And can you go a little bit further with that? I can go further, but I'm going to leave that to chat. Can you tell us why they're rare? Got to go check my maple buckets and start boiling soon. Have a good day, everyone. Wilderstead, thank you for stopping in, sir. Or ma'am. I appreciate y'all being in here. And welcome to the community and our competition. I can't wait to see the maple footage. Roll that maple footage. Beautiful maple footage. There's two plants that I'm very passionate about. One of them is the passion flower, and the other one is the pawpaw. Okay. Well, she may be answering. Does anybody got any questions that I can answer? Yep. Yep. About 5 to 8 years. Yep. It's a 7 year on average. Okay, Scott, Cuckoo Cottage, you take care, brother. You take care and have a wonderful day. I guess it's about lunchtime for you. You, Mary Lou, Marilyn. Yes, you have a question. Would you be talking more about in the next two live streams today? Well, if I do two of them, okay, or whenever I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this again in the afternoon or evening for me, and it'll either be today or maybe tomorrow, okay, um, and it may not be today. There's another live stream that I may do, and that'll be on the road. I'll just take people on the road with me, and we'll take a trip. But I won't be answering a lot of questions about this kind of stuff on that trip because I'll be driving. Blue, I understand, darling. I'm glad you stopped in here with me. I really do appreciate it. Hello, Shift Kicker. Minnesota is in the house from the land where they take cows to break their tails off in the freezing winter. Minnesota. That's what that means. Just with this live stream, it's at an early time because I wanted to give folks a chance of getting questions answered when they would be awake, right? And it's easy for them. So I figure one in the morning, one in the afternoon or evening for me would equal out and give folks a chance to be and ask any questions. Any possibility of modifications regarding to the collab? Okay, it's mostly Q&A. Going to be midnight for me, so we're catching the replay. Okay, brother. And yes, we are always changing what we do. What we do is always in change, but we don't change things normally in just all throughout. We've done a lot of that in the past. We try to enter the competition with the one set of rules and not deviate from those or have to change any. If we do, then we will let everybody know. But the whole time in our minds, we're changing things for the next year or the next half. A lot of times we've changed things, try to just once about mid-season if we need to. We don't like to change the rules in what we do, but people do offer us challenges throughout the season. It'll be something we've never heard of, and we want to accommodate that and try to figure out what to do with it. Um, you know, let's see here. We try to keep everything nice and smooth. After 4 years of doing this, we've got it mostly smoothed out, right? And we know the questions and the answers that have come up. That's why it's reflected in the rules like that. But and then Remy come up with the maple water, And I was like, my goodness, I ain't never heard of maple water. Now we got to figure out what that is. Uh, and then this year there'll be other things that come up, uh, and we'll have to figure out how to deal with it because we're from all over the planet. But basically, to boil it all down, is whatever you're going to eat. Okay, that's fine, darling. I mean, we are officially underway. All three ships, Team Will It Grow, Team Aquarius, and Team Wilson, are all sailing. But Team Wilson is a scary bunch, y'all. If you're in here, wait a minute, hold on. Marilyn had a question. Okay, see, I'll get if I forget. Okay, if you ask me a question, keep bringing it up until I answer it. Don't spam it or whatever. But if you don't hear it, if I went off on a tangent somewhere, get me back on track. How about green tomatoes? Most of my tomatoes are green when the season is done. I enter them, but do I weigh them all since I'm waiting for them to go red, or wait to weigh once red? Uh, you weigh them when you pick them, okay? That's all I know. If you're going to pick it to eat it, whenever you pick it, go ahead and weigh it, right? Uh, I know that on the vine, it's going to weigh more if you wait till it's red, and if you're picking green tomatoes to canned green tomatoes or whatever, I mean, the sugars are going to change inside the plant, but all it's going to, or inside the fruit, but all it's going to do is lose water weight. You don't want that. So when you pick something, go ahead and weigh it. If that answers your question, if I'm looking at your question the right way and I'm understanding it, that's the answer. Uh, just who is this? Marilyn. Marilyn, just give me. Did that answer your question? F.R. Humphrey, my neighbor. She is my neighbor from down there in the Mobile area, Mobile, Alabama. And she is a wonderful gardener. Let's see here. Going to get my video out. Let's see. Vegetables, you got to weigh them when you pick them. Yeah, yeah. You just weigh your vegetables. When you pick them. If you wait, you're just losing water weight. It's evaporating out. You know. And then there's something else. If you're doing herbs, okay, herbal remedies, those are consumables, okay. If you're going to harvest a quarter-acre patch of comfrey, right, go ahead and weigh it while it's green. If you're going to weigh all these herbs, that's not going to weigh a whole lot anyhow, but go ahead and weigh it while it's nice and green. You don't have to dry it out and then weigh it once it's dried out, because that ain't going to weigh nothing but dust anyhow once it's dry. Uh, Help out your team and weigh it when it's green. Any kind of consumables. And y'all, let's say, okay, thanks. Not that I don't want to pick them. They will freeze green if I don't pick them. Okay. Little, yeah, I know. And you still up there with them dang icebergs up there, I'm sure. Uh, Lord, y'all, it's so neat to see so many different people and growing zones and environments. Uh, Stuff I'll never see, never be able to see, and most of y'all probably won't either. We're all like a bunch of dogs on a chain. We can run. We can get off of work on Friday and run as hard as we can, but we get hit by that chain and we got to go back home. You know, that's most of us. So what you're seeing in the community You're seeing all these different parts of the world, and you know that you've got a friend over there in India, Star Homestead, India, and you know he is your friend and comrade in this awesome thing that we do. Um, I'm an old guy, and I get pretty simple thinking with my thinking, I guess. But I just think it's so neat. Here comes Canada again. Yes, weigh it before you freeze dry it. Time to shine, Homestead. Good to see you. That's some good gardeners up there, and they will catch some fish too. They're into all kinds of food. Yeah, you want to weigh everything while it's fresh and green. You weigh the original product, not the things you make out of it. Weigh the milk, not the cheese and the butter and the milk. Okay. Um, your milk weight is where all your weight is, right? Weigh your beans. Go pick them and weigh them. Don't weigh your canned beans later, all right? Uh, you know, no. If you're making wine or vinegar, weigh the grapes. Don't weigh the wine. Just keep it in its raw form. The raw form of your food is what you want to weigh. If it's a cow or any kind of animal that you got to butcher up, you know, and chop it into little pieces, weigh whatever you are going to put in the freezer or on your plate. If you're going to cut a bunch of tomahawk steaks with that big old rib bone in there, just go ahead and weigh the whole steak with that big old rib bone. And you'll be out there like Fred Flintstone, with your big old steak. Those things look awesome. When I was a kid, I could have just walked around with them if they'd have been invented then. Just give me two or three of them. I'll put them down in my pocket. Look like a turkey walking down the road with these big tomahawk steak rib bones stuck in my back pocket. I just take them out and eat them along the way. Them things look so awesome. And I'm like, I just heard about tomahawk steaks from one of our previous members. I had never seen them before. I'm like, that's cool, you know? Uh, have no choice but to pick them. Yeah, you're going to get cold. Let's see. That's right. Yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing. For everybody that's with us this year, and you come back next year, we're still, because this is a community. We really, truly, honestly care about everybody. We want y'all to have fun. We want to be a place for you to help grow your channel. Okay, that's the YouTubey part. Um, and we want to help everybody. And we want y'all to help each other. That's where the magic is right there of what we do, is our community. Um, and we've got people that have been with us and real close friends now for 4 years. And that's the kind of environment that you're joining. Um, and when you come back next year, we're going to have the weigh in this year, right at the end of the season this year. And everything that you grow, raise, harvest, or whatever you do between the close of this year and the opening of next season, you can walk into the competition with all that weight. If you go out and you kill 4 moose or 3 deer or catch a bunch of fish or whatever it is in the wintertime, in that off season, you walk in with that weight. Uh, but John is fixing to do that to me with all his stinking chickens. He's bringing in like 60, 70 pounds of eggs. which I think that ought to be illegal for a captain to do that. I may need to come up with a rule and uh, not have any of that, you know. Diva in the dirt, Maureen Washington. Good morning to you, my dear. Not involved this year, however, I'll be watching and supporting when I can. Scott, I wish you were with us. We've made it so easy and so laid back. And the hashtag, and the content that we've opened it up for. Don't just use it for just your gardening, folks. It's for your foraging walk, where you're walking around, showing people what this is, what they can do. It's for taking care of your chickens, your chicken care, your poultry care. It's for your recipes. It's everything that's homestead related. Oh, Miss Maureen Washington. And now, if y'all don't know her, she is a world class jazz and blues singer, and also a world class suburban homesteader. That lady's got more talent locked up in her than I will ever have, with an incredible voice. Let's see here. Uh, Chili from Bird Droppings, Rickenshire. Chili from. Okay, yeah, that's good stuff. Good talk there. I wasn't sure where that was going. Chilies from Bird Droppings. I had to look that up, see what was being said. That just sounded weird. Oh, my voice is. You know what? I can just about promise you I will not do 3 lives today because my voice is crap now. And this cold coffee is ceasing to really help it any. But if not today, it'll be tomorrow. Now, like I said, I might pop up on the road and take y'all to some place today later on because I got to go. I got something I got to buy for some of this upcoming awesomeness. And this is where your draft number is going to become important with this thing that I want to go and buy today. And y'all want me to go buy it because of the awesomeness, right? Oh, you need coffee. Yeah, I need honey and lemon. And I got some of that over here. I got some I got some of this, used to I'd be like, oh, that's too girly. Let me switch over to that. That's too got my celestial seasonings going here. Now you ladies know what I'm talking about. We got the lemon zinger. Lemon zinger, y'all hear that? That is some fresh zinger coming out there. And I've got the hiccups, and I don't know why. I don't know why in the world I got the hiccups. Got my belly pressed on this countertop right here, and that might be causing my hiccups. I don't know. We'll get us some hot water going. This is a good time for me to remind everybody I'm here to answer questions. So do this to make it easier. Uh, if you can, type the word boom. If you type the word boom, a lot of times it'll show that big explosion looking thing and as an emoji, and I'll see that better. But let me heat up. No, we about out of great water. I don't like using the tap water because it got a funny taste to it sometimes. So I do like my bottled water. Oh, I'm on my last cup just about. Lord. Oh, this dang sinus is killing me. Oh, if somebody said, hey, you need to go live, you need to do a live stream, and you need to pick the most inconvenient time for you to do that, that's this one. Oh, that's this one. I was on a live stream earlier last night, and it went for 6 hours. Okay, so I hadn't had no sleep. This is me with no sleep. But and talking a little bit as I'm doing it, and, all that stuff. Oh, I'm okay, just doing our best. It's just, ugh. Hello, Angel. That's Angel and Tom up there at Time to Shine Homestead. Let's see. There's a yes, just like Diva in the Dirt did. She got boom. I can see that. Let's see here. Have any questions while that coffee water's heating up? Uh, Throat coat. I need to look at that. Uh, yeah. Okay, hang on. Lord, I apologize. I apologize for all these interruptions I got to do, but I've got to do them. Because there's some things that you don't need to hear on a live stream. I do have a small place here, and you can hear everything if I ain't careful enough, and there's some things you don't need to hear. But just doing our best. I'm fine, darling. Just, just, uh, just using, just running flapping my gums too long. And let's see here. We got any questions? I've got me a little package of Zinger, lemon Zinger in there, and it's working its magic in that hot water now. That'll help my throat a little bit, maybe better than cold coffee. Oh, Billy. Uh, Old age creeping us. That's right, it does. And I'm telling you what, uh, it's rough. It's sneaky. And you think to yourself, I ain't ever going. I'm going to be the one that didn't get old, right? And getting old, that's for them other people. I ain't ever going to be old. Oh, yeah, Billy. But tell you what, Billy was with us one year, and the little booger, he's gonna get back with us one day. He needs to get back with us, because see, we used to have it used to be a little bit, like I said, more restrictive and a little more difficult. We have really powered through it and made it so easy, and so free and open. You know, it's all kinds of content. Uh, on a homestead, there are many self-sufficient skills that you need to have. Uh, that includes quilt making. It includes crocheting. It includes um, candle making, leather working, carpentry. You know, any homestead related skills, because people are going to search. They're going to be searching for certain things, right? And the hashtag that we have created and decided to use, gardening, homesteading skills, okay? Let me tell y'all something. What that does is it allows us to take advantage of at least four things that people search for. They will put in their search terms for gardening, and then they'll do one for homesteading, and they will search for gardening skills, and they'll search for homesteading skills. So there's four things there. And it's funny because I've seen several videos and people using gardening, hashtag gardening, and hashtag homesteading. And they're using, those independent hashtags. Use the hashtag that we put out there because you're going to catch the searches for gardening, hashtag gardening. You're going to catch searches for hashtag homesteading, and the skills, the hashtag, gardening skills and homesteading skills. It's a really powerful thing, and it's almost too generic, but it's going to help all of you folks. It's going to help all of us, right? For our videos to be found in these search terms. One very powerful hashtag, even as generic and as it sounds. That's why we did it, is so that our content creators, our members, could benefit as much as possible from using the hashtag. So that's why we called it that. So use it. Okay, we got a question here. I have missed it, but do we give weights throughout the season or just the end? Okay. Uh, yeah, the end weight is the one that counts the most. Okay. And I can just go ahead and tell you. Well, I forget now. Anyhow, we're gonna have some different weigh-in times. Okay. We're gonna have weigh-ins like as we go along in the season. We're gonna have like 2 or 3 weigh-in times to give us an idea of where everybody is. A little hangout. And then we'll have the grand finale at the end. Got a question. When I upload videos of my chickens or baby chicks, I use hashtag homesteading a lot. I thought this hashtag was only for the collab. So can I post such videos in our hashtag? Yes, you can. We encourage you to. Chickens and poultry of all kinds. If you're taking care of sheep or goats, it counts. It's not just gardening. It's any kind of thing where you're teaching somebody something. Use it. It's going to help your videos. Like I said, I've done seen 2 or 3 videos in the last day or two that are with our people, okay, and they're using hashtag gardening, and then they're using hashtag homesteading. That's using up 2 of your hashtags. Use the one that we created, and you've got the benefits of both of those hashtags in one. You see what I'm saying? It's no longer like the name of our collaboration. You don't have to put in there Homestead Aquarius, and Will It Grow, or Shed Wars, something totally unrelated. Now you're using a hashtag that is relevant to everything, that you want to put out there. And that's the power of that hashtag. A downside of it is it's catching everybody's, use of those same hashtags. Okay? There's a lot of people that use hashtag gardening and hashtag homesteading, right? Um, and there's a lot of big channels out there. And so a search, whenever John and I or y'all are looking for homesteading, gardening skills, you're going to find a lot of other videos out there, but ours are starting to show up closer to the top of search results. Okay? So, hold on, I gotta squeeze my tea bag. Get all that goodness out of there. There we go. Just squeeze that and get me some of this delicious honey lemon. Ah, that's got a good sipping quality to it. Well, here's a sip. Ah, maybe that'll help. I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah, Teresa, don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. All right? But I had to throw that out there. Let me see here. Uh, what am I missing here? Yeah, don't say nothing. Don't let on. It's my, it's the lemon zinger over there. Uh, but yeah, use the hashtag. We created it to be a blessing. You know, ain't nobody looking up shed wars to see how something is done that don't know you. You know, that's how we kept up with people. Nah, they're looking up gardening and homesteading and skills. So that's what we did. You know, uh, we want people to find y'all and from what they're looking for. And the more people use the hashtag, the more powerful our group will become, our community. Uh, your videos will be found as a group better than just one by themselves. And we're competing with much larger channels. And pretty soon, by the end of the season, if everybody in our community and this competition is using it, you know, then we're just we're we've got a bunch of awesomeness that we're creating with that. Robert, aren't the videos we use the hashtag for required to be a teaching video of some sort? Okay, uh, not necessarily. Okay, and most of them that you are is going to be a video. Now, if it's not relevant to it, because think about what we're doing. Okay, think about, if you're sitting out there on your front porch in the swing, you and your husband talking or whatever, then, you know, I mean, what hashtag would you use for that normally? If you're having a gardening talk, then maybe. If you're just doing a hangout and y'all are talking about, what your kids did this weekend or what you're going to do or whatever, then maybe not, you know. It should be relevant to what you're doing, to what we're doing. Okay, but Andy, thank you so much. I'm not one to normally, ask everybody. I mean, we're all YouTubers, but if you haven't hit the thumbs up, I would appreciate it if you did. That'll help me out. Give me that thumbs up or thumbs down. But if you hit the thumbs down, hit it twice so then they know you really mean it. You know. Uh, but yeah, I just don't. I don't like all that. But amazingly, a lot of people forget to do that, even though we're all content creators. There you go. Hit it twice. Uh, Andy's bucket gardener, he's out there trying to get him some sleep in Wales, hanging out with a man from India and a lady from Vancouver Island up in Canada with a hillbilly in Alabama. Man, and with a lady in Texas. Yep, all of us coming together to do this crazy thing we do. Ain't ever been done before, a global gardening and homesteading competition and a community. Yeah, my videos try to include how and why I do things because you never know. That's right. If you're making, any kind of video that's got to do with gardening or the homesteading, like I said, quilting is a homesteading kind of thing. So is candle making. So is soap making. So is, all of this stuff. What would you normally use as a hashtag for whatever it is that you're doing? And if it applies to the very wide range of what we're talking about, then please use it. If it's, I don't know, taking a break from the homestead and going to the water park in the summer, then maybe you don't want to use the hashtag for that because we want it to stay what somebody is looking for, right? Gardening or homesteading, you know. And since it's the homesteading thing, the quilting comes into that. As far as I'm concerned, we got Darlene's Garden Channel. She's just popping in here. Good morning to you, dear. Morning's Toastmaster meet. Hey, well, I appreciate seeing you. We're all glad to see you. Let's see here. That's right. 47. There. I don't even have a computer. I've got like a couple of devices here. And I don't even get to use search terms the right way. And I got stuff coming up. Videos nearly have the hashtag homesteading. Yeah. Whatever you would normally use it for. If you're going to go out bowling, it's like homesteaders bowling night. Probably don't use it, Uh, I can't. Hey, we got Canadian Family Life in here. Nature Growers TV. One of our veterans from Africa. Africa is now in the house, okay? With an incredible gardener. Nature Growers TV. Now, Julie, I got to talk to you now, girl. You're sitting in my live stream. I have, you said you want to come back in here and get in this thing with us, okay? Quit picking around the sides of it or whatever you're doing. I told you, I said, send me an email and I will jump you in right now. We will put you in on Wilson's team. And I remember now, I was about to send you an email because I saw it on your About page, right? So I got to get with you, but I kept leaving you messages about sending me an email. And I think that maybe, YouTube decided that that was not something I was supposed to say, right? So you may not have even seen those things that I said. Um, Julie, all you got to do is send me an email to homesteadaquarius@gmail.com and tell me that you want to join. And you have instant approval, my dear. I want to add you in and bring Africa back into the competition. Thank you very much. Love you, Julie. Julia, but we call her Julie, and I think I'm right with that. It's been a while. This lady is in Kenya. If I'm right, am I right? It's Kenya, right? Kenya? She's on the equator, y'all. She is in equatorial Africa. She was with us the first couple of years, I believe. Yes, Kenya. Wonderful lady. Equatorial Africa. Right now, hold on. BC Gardening Experiments, Homesteading, and Baking. It is great to see you. And these folks here, they are my neighbors too from down in South Alabama, down close to the Gulf of Mexico. Wonderful people. And I've invited y'all to come and join us too. Send me an email, B&C. Send me an email, homesteadaquarius@gmail.com. Uh, and I will get you in and place you on Wilson's Misfits team, which is a growing threat, y'all. Okay, it's scary. Wilson could have the best team of all. He's already got some powerful people. Okay, Star brother, you have a good evening. Thanks for dropping in and hanging out with me. And if you've got any more questions, if you don't hear them, whatever, send me an email, ask them, whatever. That's fine. I'm going to do another one of these sessions later on. Probably not today, but possibly tomorrow evening and afternoon. Okay, Nature Growers TV. She is in one of the harshest landscapes to grow a garden. I love this woman. She's an um, incredible gardener. She is like Wild Edibles is up in Canada. She's one of nature's very own daughters. Uh, it's it's harsh conditions in in equatorial Africa, right? And it's hard, and she's struggling. And your snake, the snake that you killed, I did a little research on that, and there's a very good chance that the snake that you killed is a common brown house snake. Okay, it's a constrictor. It's out there looking for mice and stuff like that. Right, Dirt Road Destiny. Uh, got done with chores. Glad to see you still alive. I'm glad you're back with me, darling. Dirt Road Destiny's got an amazing spirit. Love that girl. Uh, she's got a cheerleader spirit. And so does Julie. Okay, so it could be, and it could be nothing. It could be something. I may be way wrong, but I love animals, and I try to advocate for snakes at every possibility, and it breaks my heart to see you killed it. But I understand, people are scared, and it's in your garden. I love all the animals, and I love the snakes, and and anyhow, it could be, from what I saw, it could be a common brown house snake, but that little joker could be a black mamba. Uh, and I'm going by the side of the snake. There's some of it what you had in there. I was seeing the side of the snake, and it has a very definite gray, light blue gray kind of look to it. And if and that's indicating a black mamba as well, although they can be different shades. All right, but I'm not an expert in any of that. Um, but you can find out just by Googling, you know, the snakes in Kenya. That's what I did. Um, it's possible black mambas are in your area. Yeah, that is, you are within the home range of the black mamba. And a lot of times, black mambas have a gray, uh, light blue, light gray kind of look down their side. But with the camera angles and everything, and I couldn't get a real detailed look at the head, you know, uh, a mamba has a slender head anyhow. It doesn't have the typical pit viper triangular head. It doesn't have that. It's a slender little thing. Beautiful snake. And when you were saying, well, it's still alive, okay? A snake's nervous system is an ancient nervous system. When you cut the head off of a snake or like a frog or whatever, the nerves are still alive. They are throughout the body and they're still reactive. I forget, it's like an autonomous nervous system. Wickershire Project will be able to answer what kind of, I think it's autonomous, I think is the word for it. Um, Generally speaking, Billy, Wickershire Project, yes. Round, but not necessarily. Okay? That's right. And Darlene, a lot of people have fear of snakes. You almost stepped on a rattler and it scared you, half to death. But it scared the rattlesnake even worse because they look at us as predators. They're terrified of us. Okay? Generally speaking. Unless this snake that you happen to step on is an anaconda or a big python, or a king cobra, because cobras don't take no crap off of nobody, right? I mean, them things 15 foot long. Uh, let's see. So, one of the bad snakes. Yeah, and a snake's head will remain alive and active for quite a while after you've cut its head off. And a lot of people have been bitten by just the head and its brain doing what it instinctively does. So you got to be careful with these snakes. If you kill one, treat it like it can still bite you, and you'll be all right. Uh, but uh, what the information that Billy is given is good information. It's generalized information, okay? A black mamba's pupils are round, if I remember right. And probably, I want to say a boom slang. I want to say a boom slang's pupils are round as well, but I could be wrong. That's right. A lot of people have lots of fear of snakes. And a respect is what's justified. Um, uh, People are terrified of sharks a lot of times. You know, if I'm on land and they're in the ocean, I'm good with that. I'm not scared of them, right? If I get in the water and in a situation where there's sharks around, I'm gonna be looking to get out of the water, right? Because I don't need a shark to take an investigative bite to see if they like the way I taste. They say, well, most people are attacked. They're attacked by a shark. It's confused, and it thinks you're its food, and it just takes a little test bite, and it lets you go most of the time. Well, sometimes they do. But my body is not designed to be a test bite facility for sharks to figure out what they like to eat. And so, you know, I'm going to try to stay out of a situation where I'm on a shark's dinner table. I respect them. Uh, Snakes and us have an unfortunate relationship where bad things can happen for both of us. There are no good snakes. There are no bad snakes. They're just snakes doing what snakes do. Uh, that's all. And they would rather get away from us. That's right. They Robert wants to see how you taste. No, no, the sharks want to see how I taste. Oh, I'll tell you what, it's scary now. Jaws, I know I'm not supposed to be afraid of garter snakes, but I can't help it. Well, education helps. Anything that you're scared of, a lot of times when you get more educated about it, you're not as scared anymore. There are people that are afraid of gardening, right? How many times that you've heard people, oh, I would love to garden, but I'm no good at it. I don't think I'd be good at it. Well, you encourage them. Just start off a little bit. Learn something. Do a little of this over here. You'll learn more and you'll know more. And you won't be afraid of failing in gardening or whatever it is. Um, just like driving, anything like that. Yeah. But learn about the snakes in your area. Uh, and you'll be better off, and so will nature. Learn about your environment that you're in. Um, okay, let's see. Black thumbs, yes. And I can't tell you, we've got some other stuff that's going to happen and some awesome challenges. And one, I wish I could tell you about them right now, but I got to hold on to that. Let's see here. Y'all going to love it. Straight out of a gardener's heart. Y'all going to love it. Uh, does anybody have any questions? That's what I'm doing this for. This is, we hanging out, jabber jawing, but my main focus is giving everybody a chance to ask any questions that they have and for me to flap gums about the questions that people have asked and answer them. And drink lots of lemon zinger tea, which I don't have much of, so I can't drink lots of it. Oh, I have to switch over to tap water. Yuck. Billy has an incredible amount of content. And Billy is very, very, very intelligent. He's off grid. He's got loads of homesteading content that he can make and gardening content. He's very intelligent, and that's why Billy needs to get off his butt and his excuses and send me an email that says, I would like to join. Okay? homesteadaquarius@gmail.com. Yeah. Uh, the people that's in here, the people, I know all of you folks, okay? I know you folks. I'm blessed for the people that I know. And y'all are those folks. I'm telling you. I'm in awe of the knowledge that we have in this live stream right now. Yeah, Jaws. I'm gonna tell you what, Jaws put that in me. Uh, Jaws is scary now for a lot of people, and we don't hit the water now without hearing that dun dun. Okay, time to shine. You should already know it's already started. I just hadn't put out a video. Uh, got a lot of videos I got to make, but the fishing rodeo's on. But I don't have any of the code words or anything like that. Hadn't made a video yet. But y'all ready to go fishing at any time. Uh, that's another video that I need to make announcing the start of the fishing rodeo. So that'll be soon. This one that I'm doing right now, this live stream, you'll be on Team Wilson. I just joined up too. That's exactly right. Garden State Gardener, Team Wilson. And you're going to have to make some videos now, Joe, some gardening videos. Instead of all the seed stuff. You keep doing your seed stuff, but you got to work some gardening in there. You know, we might let you be honorary or something. I don't know. I can only be a Southern team. I have to beat John. Well, then, brother, you can go over there, Billy. You can go join Joe, and you can go join Gardner Josh because both of them are on Wilson's team. Uh, and you can join Where to Begin Homestead because she's on Wilson's team. But you've got a lot of stuff you can share with folks, and you make us a better community. Let me think. My thinker is kind of dry. It works off of sleep as well. Let's see. Nature grows. I want to make it back to the house. Uh, urine in the garden. That's a great thing to use. There are many people that do that. Many people. Uh, it's a nitrogen source, and they say, well, if you don't have any medicines that you're taking or whatever, it's a nice clean source of nitrogen. If you're taking medicine, then that medicine's going to be, or the medicine byproducts, or the things it becomes after your body's done with it, or whatever, that goes in the soil and goes into your plants. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. Uh, Definitely not as good if this is just clean pee. Oh, uh, that's right. That's right, Joe. You Achilles tendon. I'm just seed starting right now. I have 600 varieties of hot peppers, hot pepper plants, and started tomatoes, zucchinis, and others. Good Lord, son. You working your two jobs and Ubering, and you got your torn Achilles tendon that you're still getting over. You got all these plants started. You know, man never stops. That used to be me. It ain't me no more. I used to just keep going. 3 hours of sleep a night, keep going. Yossi in the Simple Kitchen. Israel is in the house now. I have been so honored with this live stream. People from all over the planet, from Australia to Wales, Africa, India, Canada, even right here in Alabama. We got two folks from Alabama that's been in here. Man, I love this stuff. I love being connected to people around the world and just next door. I got to run to the barn and check on an expecting doe. Well, I hear you. Go run on and check on her and give us a report back later. Let's see. No thanks, not using any human byproducts in my garden. Well, the urine is a good thing, especially if it's you know uh, not medicated. Because the metabolites that come out, I don't know about all that. It might be that if they say if you're not medicated, so the things that are created by your body using that medicine and then changing it into something else, and your body getting rid of that might not be a good thing to go into your vegetables for you to again take up. I don't know. If anybody has any real knowledge of that, let us know. It might be that it's toxic, that your plants will take it up and it's toxic. Trent, Vision Preparedness. It's great to see you, brother. My prepping brother from Ohio. And I don't call too many people from Ohio now my brother now. Oh, you're special. Down here in Alabama. Brother, I'm fine. I got a I got a voice that needs to be rested here pretty soon, and I might not even do that. I don't know. I might have a road trip coming up here in the next hour or two. I've got to go do some shopping, and it's down the road, so I might tough it out, and my voice will be ragged, and I'll sound like a frog with a talking problem, with a bad voice. Darlene has a question. Is there a Southern Hemisphere competition this year? Just curious what our friends down under are doing. Well, if you're curious about it, be curious no more. You know, they're in there with us right now. We have everybody across the planet in the competition right now. We have Jandera Homestead. She's a returning veteran, uh, down there in Australia. We have Radio Jonesy from Tasmania. We will soon have, as soon as she makes it official and sends me that email, Julie from Kenya. Amazing gardeners. And I'm proud to have in our community. I'm going to tell you what, y'all just, I can't say enough about Julie. Nature Growers TV. I've been with her a long time, y'all. I've been loving that woman and her gardening and her spirit. You know, she is a warrior, okay? Everybody thinks they got, she's out there trying to grow food where it's difficult to do. Oh, I love the experience of seeing that kind of thing and what people do. Julie in Kenya is one step away from being the Martian growing potatoes out there, okay? On Mars. It's that tough of conditions, especially right now. She's got a drought she's going through. The grass is dying out there. It's dead already. Got to go now. Much love. Okay, time to shine, Tom and Angel. Thank you for dropping in. I appreciate seeing y'all. Um, Julie does some container gardening. It's all about that water supply, Uh, yeah, Chandera's amazing with her aquaponics. I'm going to try to grow some celery in my aquaponics tank this year. See how that goes. Uh, F&P Farms, there's some more of my neighbors. So we've had 3 people from Alabama, not including me. So we got 4 people from Alabama. What exactly needs to be weighed and how? Okay, Yossi, our man in Israel. Okay, he's out in the world of concrete and dry and hot. Okay, water's a real issue. So is good soil. You know. Okay, what needs to be weighed and how? You weigh what you eat. Okay, it's pretty easy there. Uh, Now, if you're gardening, if it's just going to be you gardening, then you just pick something, harvest something, and weigh it. Uh, if you're going to go fishing, or if you're going to go fishing, then you dress your fish out, minus the head and the guts, and you weigh the fish. Uh, and that's for the Shed Wars weight, okay? Because in Shed Wars, I'll be 10 years from now still staying Shed Wars, y'all. Uh, the gardening home, the gardening homesteading skills competition. You're gonna weigh your dressed out fish. In the fishing rodeo, it's different. You're gonna weigh the live fish weight of that fish. You'll catch it, throw it on a scale, That's going to be your weight. But then when you go to dress it out, right? Dress it out clean and then weigh it and then, add that to your total of food that you bring in throughout the year. That's food because you're not going to eat the head, you're not going to eat the guts. That part's not food, okay, unless you eat that. If you do, then by all means weigh it. We want to see it, right? Um, if you catch a carp and you naturally would take the whole carp and put it on a big sheet and mound up a bunch of salt on it, like people do, and you're gonna make your carp like that, then go ahead and weigh the whole carp minus the guts, because whatever. Okay, Trent, good to see you, brother. Thank you for dropping in. It means a lot for me to see you. Appreciate it. I know I hadn't been around to see you lately. I am up to my buttocks in alligators right now, trying to do things. Uh, with our season starting off, I don't have any time to do much anything. Uh, 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 Except take a break when I can. Let's see. For example, I have peppers. I need to clean. No, no, no. Just weigh the whole pepper. Pick what you're gonna eat. You don't have to get that fancy with it. I know you're not gonna produce a lot of food, right? Just cut the pepper off and weigh it, brother. That's all you got to do. Feel disturbance in the force. Arid parts of the season naturally barren. Yeah. Oh man. I'm uh, I'm feeling that lack of sleep. I've seen that movie Crank or Crank 2. The man has to keep going or else he'll die. You know, I'm going to have something to keep going on, or else I'll be ready to go to sleep too early, and I don't want to do that. Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, just speaking as old hillbilly, well, I think what we're doing is pretty special, and I hope that y'all appreciate it and y'all think it's special too. And you get a chance to sit here with a hillbilly in Alabama that's got the hiccups. But there's some amazing people that's been in this chat this morning, and I hope that you all find one another. Now, not all of them's in the competition with us. Billy, Billy, that needs to send an email, needs to do that so he can get in all this hashtag goodness and all the fun that we're going to have. Um, you know, but yeah, how hiccups? You're growing. I don't. I guess I'm growing. I don't know. And then you got the people. Oh, oh, y'all. There's a whole bunch of stuff I want to say. I ain't gonna say it here, but y'all gonna have people that come around and find you. You know, and they're gonna find you and they're gonna introduce themselves to you. Say, hey, I'm so and so. I'm here to mine you out and try to get you to go do this thing over here. You're gonna have a lot of people come find you. Oh, I'll save that for another day. And I'm gonna pour me up another little cup of water to have me a little bit more tea. And please, if you got any questions, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to answer questions. If you've got any questions, please answer them. Or please ask them. You got questions, and maybe I have the answers. Let's see. Let's see here. Yeah, watermelons came from Africa. They are not native to the Americas. Watermelons came from Africa. Uh, you know, lots of different kinds of melons came from there. Oh me, hey y'all, hang on. Okay, I'm back. Glad I'm glad I had so many people show up, and I'm happy that I've been able to answer some questions. Has anybody got any questions? No babies yet. Okay, we're gonna dump another lemon zinger down in here. Oh man, I need some lemon zinger for my nose. That would be real helpful right about now. It'd be great if I could just breathe and eat. You ever have that, Kalen strain coming in from the frozen wastelands of Kansas. Oh, how you doing, Kalen? I hope that you've got a warm day out there. I'm sure you probably got a bunch of snow on the ground and it's probably cold. Kalen is an apartment grower. Okay, she is trying to grow food. No, Iowa. Okay, sorry. It's not Kansas, it's Iowa. A place that's even colder. Shift Kicker is from Minnesota. And Iowa is where Kalen is from. And both of those are actually the Indian name for place where you raise cows so that their tails break off in the winter. It gets that cold. Iowa and Minnesota. It means the same thing. Gonna break your cow's tail off if you got cows. So make a little cow sock for the tail, because it's gonna happen. Miss Maureen, yes, ma'am. I have got a bottle of saline spray over here, and I have been wearing it out, but I hadn't done it this morning, so it ain't that wore out, is it? So I have to use a bobber. Well, you don't have to, but you get extra credit and, like, extra respect points for every fish that you catch with a bobber, because everybody knows that bobbers are best. Best thing you can use when you're fishing is a bobber, right? Let's see here. Uh, uh, 6 and 7 pound cantaloupe. That's pretty good. Pretty doggone good right there. Have an eye on my on a little filly now. Bobbers are best. That's right. We're going to have so many now. See, and the sponsoring. You know what we want to do. We've done said this a few times. I'm sure maybe somebody in the back needs to hear it again. But if y'all want to donate to what we're doing, we've got like 70. What is it? 70. I think we're at even 70 right now. 70 people in the competition and in our community, right? If everybody sponsors something, that's a lot of prizes to hand out, right? If you've got a favorite vegetable or fruit or something, whatever we're going to be growing, or and you want to sponsor, get with us. Send John an email. If you just want to donate, like 10, 20, $30, whatever it is, you will become a sponsor. Even if you don't know, something that you want to sponsor for, we'll find you something and put that money to that. Many, many people coming together, everybody have a little bit means a whole lot of fun for everybody. We've already got a few, uh, and we've got stuff I can't talk about because I want it to be a surprise. But you know, if you want to help out, please do, uh, because John and we're not millionaires, and we can't we can't do everything that everybody wants us to, and we can't even do everything that we would want to do. Okay, if that makes sense. It'd be great to be rich, but we're not. And so we can't, like, okay, you get a car, you get a car, you get a car. We're not Oprah over here, not at this man's house. So if you want a car, you have to buy it yourself. You know, and to with your sponsorship, if you're sponsoring, $10, 20, 30, whatever. Okay, you got to head out. Mama Al, I appreciate you. Have yourself a wonderful day. Okay? Have yourself a wonderful day. We done let Lewis, it's the Marshmallow Man, sneak in here. Another Canadian making maple water today. Just remember, we're not counting maple water. We count maple syrup. Patrick Costa. Here comes another amazing Canadian that if he's gardening, homestead, maybe he wants to join us. All it takes is sending in that email. And if I ain't never heard of you, I just got to make sure you're not out there juggling cats, or make sure you're not one of these knuckleheads of the past. Not going to try to do anything wrong. And then we'll put you in. We will put you in. Be on Wilson's team. But when somebody sponsors, we're going to be throwing you spotlight for that. Everybody's going to know. You know, and there's some things it's going to be like Remy. Remy dropped he dropped a squash video, squash challenge. He might have dropped something else. He just had another challenge video that I watched, and I think he's talking about the whole thing that we're doing. I have to go back and rewatch that, y'all. This is a season where me and John sitting there watching gardening videos till we're blue in the face, and sometimes I'll just go into a live stream and just sit there and just watch and not say nothing, you know, just hang out with people. Uh, because, I mean, I've lost memories of my children for everybody's gardening videos to have some room. Oh, I did not find out whose team I'm on, only heard my draft number. Well, Miss Kaylin Strain, uh, let me just double check, but I believe that you are on my team. Let me make sure. Don't want to get your hopes up, and you be stuck as a jellyfish, and then you be saying, well, you told me. I don't have to be a jellyfish. Stinking jellyfish. They ain't no good. I mean, what does a jellyfish know? The jellyfish get on the land and they don't know. I've got the wrong notebook. I'm sitting here BSing too much. Sitting there looking at the wrong notebook. A jellyfish don't know nothing about being on land. And where do we garden? On land. Yeah, Kaylin Strain, you are on my team. Um, Even numbers are with me. Odd numbers are with John. And we figured because we sitting there talking, me and John, is how we're going to do this. And John says, well, I'm kind of odd. I agreed with it. So we let him start first, and he's got the odd numbers because he's odd. And I'm even, right? And same thing with Wilson's team, and we're going to talk about that at a later time. But now Wilson's team, for anybody that don't know, they even had some griping and complaining about that. It's like, well, I just don't know if I like there being another team. And to what I would say to that, well, I'm like, that's just tough. That's what we've got, okay? We got a third team. And if you can't stand it, I just hope you just can't stand it even more and get on. Start to walking. Because we're doing what we need to do to take care of people. Let me see here. I forget furry friends. Yeah, Yossi's a sponsor. Now, if you want a sponsor, send John an email at willitgrow76@gmail.com. Let's see. Yeah. How to garden. Good morning, sir. We got South Florida in the house. Is there a team leader for Wilson? Well, right now it's Wilson. You're being led by volleyball, sir. You ever thought when you was a kid, one of these days I want to grow up and be a man, do gardening and have a YouTube channel, and I want to be on a team of gardeners in a competition around the planet, and I want my captain to be a volleyball. And I promise you, we're not on acid when we think about these things, or at least I'm not on acid. Okay, I'm not tripping on anything when I do this stuff, and me and John, right? We sober. Art Wildman Survival. Good to see you. Oh man. Uh, okay. Oh, Art Wildman Survival. Uh, you are not on live chat, Robert. I think you are not on live chat. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm on live chat now. I see what you're saying now. What you got? What do you want to say? Oh Lord. Uh, let's see here. Yossi. I don't know. Got another question? Yeah, Wilson's team is getting scary. All right, it's getting scary. There's some good gardeners on Team Wilson, and see, Team Wilson can keep growing. We'll just see. We got a crew of people on Team Wilson. Maybe there'll be somebody that shows up as some kind of leader on the team. I don't know. Wilson, he's got to have a first mate. We'll see, but understand that Team Wilson is a team, a full legitimate team, just like Team Aquarius and Team Will It Grow. Northumberland Acres. Good to see you, big balls. Yeah. Well, we think that's a great idea, but we want to keep it a little more family friendly than that. Let's see. Um, yeah, but Team Wilson is a team. You know, I got to turn down this heat. It is it is finally warming up. Right? I'm probably above freezing now. Y'all, my voice is wrecked. It is wrecked. Not that it was in any great shape before, but it's certainly toast now. I don't know if I will. I probably won't go live on the road. I might, but I have to remake my my tripod and OtterBox thing and all. I'll probably just chill out and just drive. I don't really want to talk. And with me being sleepy already, I don't need to be looking at a screen while I'm sitting there driving. Uh, Occasionally looking at the screen. I don't know. But some folks would probably like to see where I'm going to go today. They've heard about it, but they ain't never been there. And they've seen other videos where people took them there. So maybe I will go live. I don't know. Northumberland Acres up there, uh, uh, another Southern Canadian here in the United States, I think. Or are you? No, Northumberland is actually in Canada, right? Little House in the Big Woods is in southern Canada, up in Montana, I think. Oh, I got to turn the heat back on. It's not that warm. Okay. Not that warm yet. It's working on it. Ontario, yeah, you are in Canada. Oh, doing what I can to remember stuff. I'm gonna have to start writing it down. I got that big map. I'm gonna do something with the big map. But and then one day soon, I hope I'm gonna be doing live streams with a panel to where I can have people up. You know, that's gonna be fun and sketchy. It's gonna be sketchy because when you can have people up, that means other people can come up and they might be doing something wrong. Ugh. Lacking iron in the blood. I don't think so. Well, maybe. But if I eat enough prunes to compensate, I'm going to have another problem. I know I am on heart medicine. So that's the thing. Once you get on that heart medication, all that different stuff, man, I don't handle the cold like I used to. Uh, After a heart attack, you just don't. Everything the heat or the cold you don't handle as good anymore. And I was out there one. It was July 4th weekend. July 4th weekend. I didn't have my kids, and I was just here by myself. And I was out there, uh, just weighing lace, laying waste to some property. I was out there cutting, had my machete going left and right, and it was a real hot day. Got to where I was feeling bad. I was feeling nauseous. I was feeling lightheaded, you know, clammy. And I thought that I had heat exhaustion. But now that I look back, I think that I had a mini heart attack then, some kind of small heart attack on that day then. And I came back in the house. I'm like, man, my neighbors had the flu, and it was like a bad flu that was going through all of them. And I had been down there to their house that night before. And I thought, oh man, I done got that dang flu from the neighbors. You know, it's just terrible. So I came back up here, and I was worried about heat stroke too, or heat exhaustion. I was worried about that, and that's what I eventually thought it was. And uh, yeah, heat exhaustion can, and dehydration can cause a heart attack. You know. So I came back in here and cooled off. Stood in front of the fan with my t-shirt. I had a t-shirt on and soaked it in some water, and it stood in front of the fan, and that cooled me off. The rest of the day, I wasn't no count. I went to bed, and the next day, I woke up and felt better. It was like, okay, I'm all right now. You know, everything's cool. And I got back out there in the sun and went to work again, and oh boy, same feeling started coming over me again. I was like, no, that's it. I got to go back in the house. And that second time, I turned on the air conditioner because I run with no air conditioner. But I did run the air conditioner for 3 hours that day. It stood in front of it a lot of the time to cool off. Yes, it's very dangerous. And when I had my heart attack, I was it was in June, a very hot day, and I was on brand new asphalt. Didn't even have the lines on it yet, you know, at a school addition. They knocked out the walls, made a new gym, and they had a brand new asphalt driveway parking lot. It soaked up every bit of heat, and I was doing some strenuous activities in the heat, and it was not a good day. You know, gardening warrior Q. Do not worry, you're not late at all. And I didn't give out any notice. You know, people be asleep. I didn't worry about it. Just went ahead and went. You're not late. You're not in trouble. Don't need to apologize. Thank you for being here. Thank you for moderating for me. Oh, uh, y'all, I've got, y'all, I got to mute this. Uh, y'all think about any questions you got. All right, think about them. All right, I'm back. A Gardening Warrior Q is also a returning veteran from last year. She is an apartment gardener. Uh, so, what video should we be putting out right now? Okay, any kind of gardening video. If you are Northumberland Acres, thank you for coming in. Good to see you. Have a wonderful day. Let me just check. Let me just check in here. See what. Okay. I don't see any past that. I still got the dang hiccups, y'all. I shouldn't have the hiccups. What should you be putting out right now? Whatever gardening videos that you can make. If you're starting your seeds and plants indoors, you can make a video showing what you're doing, teaching people, what you do and how you do it. Um, and as you go along through the year, uh, make some of them gardening videos. Now, Joe, I don't know on your channel if you've made gardening videos. Everything I see, which you've been laid up. See, you've been laid up for a while with that hurt leg. Um, and so most of your content in the last bit has been the seed giveaway stuff, and the jib jab, funny videos. Um, but let's see, Marshmallow Man, more like a little different breed. Uh, do we gotta make an intro video again this year? Well, you don't gotta, but we are encouraging everybody now that you have been drafted. Um, that we are encouraging everybody to make a video and tell who you are and what you're doing and what we're doing, the competition, introduce yourself. We are encouraging that and inviting people to send in an email or whatever to join us if they want to. Um, all they got to do is send an email. We'll check out their channel and then get back with them. In the past, we just said, okay, y'all make an entry video. Anybody out there, we just put out the word to the public. Anybody that wants to make an entry video, you can. We'll check it out and see what we want to do with you. But we had people taking advantage of our community by doing that. Okay, we had some people that made an entry video that only did it so that they could pick up the first bunch of subs that they could get. They never really did anything. They were not part of our community. They were a predator of our community. And we had people that made entry videos that are good friends with some of the people that have hurt us in the past. And so they're just using the entry video to gain access to more people in the community. Basically a wolf wearing sheep's clothing. And so we took that away. It's like now people are going to be approved before we let you have anything to do with it. Speaking of those wolves, we can't stop them from showing up on your channel, okay, and saying hello to you, whatever. So we can't stop that from happening. And if they ain't real careful, I'm gonna make them a special video so everybody knows their name. Let's see, try to get an intro video made. Yeah, ask people, or tell them or whatever if they're interested in joining up. Then send us an email. Wilson's team can grow all season long. And then if he gets to have, too many team members, then we'll make another team. Maybe John's dog, uh, Sushi, might be Sushi on a team. Now, I'll tell you what, there's a lot of people, okay, we've had people say, I want to join and I want to be a captain right off the bat. I want to be a captain. I want to have my own team. Okay, we've had other captains in the past that were not me and John. Okay, and it causes some issues, right? It does cause some issues sometimes. People that we put in charge of different things, and including captains, they didn't do what they were supposed to do. So at this point, we've just decided to not have extra captains, until we can work out some kinks in that. And honestly, until we've got enough people that we really need to do that. Right now, we're not at that point. Um, but we have offshot into Wilson's team, and I'm Wilson's first mate right now, as it is. So I'm kind of helping him out a little bit. He's challenged. Let's see here. Oh man, yeah, Sushi would make a great captain. Can you imagine John and Sushi going at each other? That would be so awesome. uh, Wilson is causing me enough problems around here. Since he's become a captain, I'm finding stuff missing. I can't find stuff I need. It looks like plants have been tampered with. There's stuff that ain't normally going on, and I'm pretty sure Wilson has something to do with it. Pretty dang sure. And me and Wilson gonna have fun over the season. We're gonna have us some fun. Uh, and he's been sneaking around trying to look at my sock money too. Yeah. A fishes and loaves life. Oh, blind, it can only hear your voice, Captain. Well, I'm. That's all you're gonna see is my voice. Y'all, I'm probably gonna have to shut it down. F.R. Humphrey, my neighbor from South Alabama. Good to see you. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate it. Um, Let me see here. My throat has about had all the talking that it's going to allow. Robert, need to find Wilson treasure map. Your stuff's buried. I can feel it. It probably is. Oh, let's see here. You've been going at this for 3 hours. Yeah, 3 hours since I started this live, darling. And I appreciate, everybody being here. I'm just here. I'm here for y'all to answer any questions. Uh, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and end this. You know, um, I may do another one tomorrow. I thought maybe I'd do one today in the evening to get another. I'm doing it now because in the afternoon and evening, for me, ain't going to be the best time for somebody else on the other side of the world. So I don't do, one in the morning, one in the evening, right? To give everybody a chance to bring up anything they need to. So, you know, no, I've been up all night. I didn't go to sleep. I was on other live stream, and that went on for 6 hours. And, it was bed or breakfast time. And I chose breakfast because I know what I've got to do today. If I go to sleep, I won't be waking up till the afternoon. So I stayed up, and we're going to make sure I get everything done, you know. Are there certain times or rules regarding a container grown plant? Well, no, ma'am, there's not. You got to grow something in a container. Um, that's all we say. You know, a lot of people start out with it, but you do it however you want to do it. You know, um, naturally you want to start it out. I mean, if you're going to go outside with it or whatever, it just makes sure that through the course of the season you are in fact growing a vegetable in a container. We had one lady that was with us one year, and I loved what she was doing. Loving her. Hoping I didn't get any penalties for my container. It's a doozy. Okay. As long as it's a container now. It's not a raised bed. It's not not a, you know, a container means something about like a 5 gallon bucket. Not the back of a truck. Okay. Not a canoe. Okay. Not a raised bed. It needs to be something like a 5 gallon bucket, 3 gallon bucket, a cooler, a tote, something that someone living in an apartment can take from their patio and bring it in the house and put it back outside. Something that an apartment grower can grow in, right? Uh, man, God, my voice has had it. Um, so, last of the questions. I'm here, and I'm about to shut it down. Okay. I hope y'all have enjoyed staring into the abyss of the black screen in front of you as much as I have enjoyed being here. Oh, a pair of long johns and bloomers. What? Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm older-ish. I am older-ish. But I'm old enough. Old enough to know better. But for the container challenge, what is the goal? Well, the container, that's a rule. We absolutely have to grow a vegetable in a container. And it's to teach people how to do that. It's to teach people. Um, we want to have that at least be done. Because growing a vegetable in a container is something that anybody can do pretty much, regardless of where they are. And I thought that was the rule. And then along come Kaylin Strain. She lives in an apartment. She's an apartment grower. But sunlight does not fall on the places that she has that she can grow. she has an extremely difficult growing situation, right? An apartment with every available source, the sun can't hit any of it. So I don't know. Um, she was not able to grow much food last year. Okay, I'm hoping she can this year a little bit more, but and it was less than a pound. Okay, and we have people coming in and make excuses. Well, I'm just afraid I wouldn't do any good, or whatever the excuse is, or the reason, and we keep telling people it's not about, just come in and grow your food. Do like normal. You don't have to show up as a superstar. Um, the ladies, or the people, whoever they are, in an apartment growing very little food but trying to grow their food are just as important as a big homesteader. We don't care. People matter. And we all stand on the same level. People matter no matter where they are. Don't care what your country is. Don't care about your skin color. Don't care about your sex. Don't care about who you voted for. Don't care about none of that. Um, Nothing. What I care about, what John cares about, is that common ground of we're all humans. We all need to eat. We can all garden and do that. We can all be friends. The good things, all the good things of common ground that makes us all around the planet the same, no matter where we are. No matter how big your place is. We're all the same. We all got to eat. So that's very, that feeling means a lot to me. I've spoken about it many times on my channel back when I made gardening videos and not just these kind of things. But, y'all are all special to me. We appreciate and love y'all, okay? Let's see. I'm going to look for the last questions, and I'm going to shut it down. So y'all say your goodbyes to each other. I'm going to do something with his nose as soon as I get off of here. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We had the lady. She was with us, and I loved what she was doing and how she was growing. And she said that growing something in a container was something that she couldn't do. That she wasn't going to do it. It's like not going to do it. Well, yeah, because my soil is too valuable. It's too special. And she just didn't want to grow a vegetable in a container. And she wanted to be special and be accepted from that rule. Okay? Well, it's like, you're an amazing gardener. You can do this easily. And so it didn't work out good for her, Um, but people are weird and they cause problems. I don't know why. Let's see. Um, I I think that's about it, right? Oh, do I need a Snickers bar? Probably. Am I getting grumpy? I've been up all night, and you know, again, and I'm gonna say, if anybody don't want to grow a vegetable in a container, Miss Maureen Washington, if you don't want to do it, I'm gonna, I'm gonna, I'm gonna ask you to just go on with your bad self. Just go on. Or who was it? I don't think it was Maureen. Somebody was asking if there's certain and they were asking a real question, you know. Uh, it wasn't anything like, no, we can't do this, or I'm not going to. Just picking at that girl. Amazing people in this room. Amazing people. Oh, so it was you that asked the question. Yeah, yeah, because you don't know. It's brand new. But yeah, just grow a vegetable, not a fruit. We had people. Well, can I grow a fruit? No, we said vegetable. Well, I've got a fruit tree and it's real special. I don't care. We didn't say a fruit tree. We said a vegetable, something that you can plant in the spring, grow it in a container, and harvest it later on throughout the year. Okay? That's what we're trying to teach people. We didn't say fruit, didn't say fruit trees. They're great things and they're wonderful to teach, but that's not what we said. We make it simple. People got to make it complicated. So I'm going to end this, and I'm going to quickly go find me a nutty buddy, just in case I'm getting hangry and sleep deprived, hungry or something. Don't want to do that. I'll be sitting here griping. Oh, but y'all have a wonderful day. Uh, be thinking of any questions that you got, and whenever you got a question, you can answer them. It's just something special, that I'm doing for the beginning of this season to get people anything they need to know. Okay. Thank y'all very much for hanging out there with an old hillbilly, and y'all have a wonderful day. I'm going to hit this X button now, and that's X. It says, "Are you sure you want to stop streaming?" Yes, I do. I thought I smelt seals. Any rule on top of vegetable in the container? No. Where was your question at earlier? Okay, but you ask it. All right, here at the last second. Out of garden. Yeah, troublemaker. No, there's no rule on what kind of vegetable, as long as you can plant it in the spring, whatever, and then you grow and teach. Okay, you got to teach people what you're doing to grow this vegetable in a container. That's about it. It's simple. Simple stuff. If you want to get freaky and grow some weird vegetable, or grow like corn in a container, or peppers, or whatever, okay? Um, but it's real easy. So anyhow, y'all be good, and we'll go with a 5. Say goodbye to everybody. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.